Hello fellow riders and welcome back to Airhead Barn. It's time to start this interesting restoration project, and today we are going to drain all oils, engine oil, gearbox oil, final drive and drive shaft, and then we will also try to remove the exhaust because that's going to make our job a bit easier when we are disassembling the rest of the bike. Hopefully these star nuts, are not seized. Fingers crossed about that. Bike was sitting for 18 years, although it was in Colorado, where it's really dry. So I truly hope there is no rust. But let's see what's going to happen. After we are done with that, we will focus on the rear, remove rear tire, and then we'll proceed with the final drive with shaft, gearbox at the end. So the only part that will stay in a frame is engine. We will also remove front cover and all components over there, inspect the chain. Bike has 50,000 miles, so I expect we are going to change the chain. We will inspect sprockets, how they are doing, and basically inspect all other components and go from there. So please join us in this episode. So whenever you are draining oils, if you are doing regular maintenance, it's good idea to warm up the engine, because that way you are essentially removing basically all you can. In this case, since we are doing like complete overhaul of every single component of a bike, I don't care too much, so I didn't run the engine to warm up the oil, because we will open it anyway. We will remove oil pan and clean residue oil. We will open gearbox and clean residue oil. Same goes for for drive shaft and for final drive. Also, when you are draining oils, always open the fill plugs. In that way you will have a really nice flow through the drain plug instead of sprinkling everywhere. Okay, so let's start with the engine oil. Previous owner installed this thermometer gauge as a filler plug. Not sure if I'll use that, but that's what we have here. Okay. The transmission drain plug has a magnet, and it has some metallic sludge here. I can see like very small shavings, almost like a mud, but I don't see any big chunks, which is always good. Nevertheless, we are going to disassemble transmission and see condition of bearings, of gears, shifting mechanism, basically everything inside. But you can see like very fine small pieces of metal on the magnet. What's good, I don't see water. That's always a good sign. Fingers crossed. All right. Okay, threads are in great shape. Perfect. Right one is awesome. Okay, so while we still have a rear brake, I'm going to loosen these bolts that attach drive shaft to the gearbox, because if I remove tire, then I'll have a hard time actually loosening those bolts. Before doing that, I need to get rid of this plate that obviously previous owner had here as quick disconnect. I prefer other option, basically cutting this one and making horseshoe connector, and then it just slides in and out, and that's what we are going to do here, so we won't need this. I was worried that I might find some water inside the gearbox, because this one is really loose and it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, but luckily bike was parked in a garage, otherwise we would be in a problem. Because what's happening, you know, like water drops actually slide down this cable, and since this one gets old, there is no seal here anymore, and then it goes directly into your gearbox. It's actually really bad design, so you always need to keep eye on this boot. Replace it before something like that happens. Okay, we'll just loosen them, we are not going to completely remove them. Yep, light and flywheel, and actually these are cut off where we had markings. That's why we don't see them. Hello folks, I think we did some pretty decent progress here in this at least initial disassembling. It's getting pretty late, it's around 2 a.m. Here, and I would like to call it for today. What we will do next is all parts that we successfully disassembled, we are going to open them and inspect internal components of it. Shells will be sent for vapor blasting. Also, when we're focusing on the remaining part, on the engine, I'll first perform some kind of cleaning. Then I'll remove cylinders and heads, inspect those, and for vapor blasting as well. Block I won't vapor blast because it will be really hard, since I don't plan to totally disassemble it. I don't want to risk of abrasive material getting inside small holes inside it. So I'm going to do the best job of cleaning with Autosol products that I did with R75/7, and that came out pretty good. But the rest of the parts I was really spending a lot of time on cleaning, and that's what I'm going to send this time for vapor blasting. I hope they come basically equal, that there won't be difference between my type of cleaning and vapor blasting, but let's see what's going to happen. So that's what we are going to do next, basically focus on a cleaning. Then we will work our way again from the back, changing that rear main seal, inspecting all components, resealing this engine, and then moving forward, we are going to do whatever it's necessary with the cylinders and heads. And all the way at front we are going to change this chain. It has a pretty decent flexion, and it's time to change it. Both sprockets look amazing, and I'm glad we caught it on time, so there's no need to change those. And bearing on the crankshaft is also in excellent condition, so there's no need to remove it and replace it. Okay guys, well, I really appreciate your time and thanks for joining. So see you on some new restoration adventures with this gorgeous R90S.